Hello and welcome to another Happily Letter After tutorial. Today I actually have two tutorials for you, both of them in Procreate, both of them Christmas related. So first we're going to do a Christmas card, and we're going to do it as a 5x7. And then second, we are going to do a piece of artwork that you can frame and give as a gift, or you can keep it for your house to decorate this year for Christmas. And we're going to do a wreath for that one. So first, let's start with our card. So in Procreate, you're going to want to click the plus symbol, and you're going to want to click the plus in the very top where it says New Canvas. And you're going to want to change it to inches. And for the width, let's put 5. Height, let's put 7. Now, this is a standard card size. If you have a different size in mind that you want to do, go for it. Go ahead and create that. Make sure that you are at 300 dpi. And I'm going to rename this 5x7 card. That way I know for the future what it is. Okay, so now we have our canvas here. And what we want to do is we're going to start off with a pencil brush or any brush that you prefer. This is from my HLA lettering brush set that I sell on my site, and so I'm going to use that for sketching. Get a nice light color, any color will do. I'm going to do a nice light pink, and what we're going to do is we're just going to sketch out what we want to write on our card. Oh, but first let's turn on drawing guide so that we can actually center everything. So hit the wrench icon, go to Canvas, turn on your drawing guide, click Edit Drawing Guide, and then down here, slide it all the way up so you just have these two crosshairs right here, and then click Done. This helps you center your artwork, your writing, whatever it is. So you can go ahead and start writing, and I am going to do, I think I'm going to do Oh Holy Night, because that just sounds like it would be a nice card. And don't worry about being nice and neat. For this is just a sketch, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know what? I'm actually going to put these on separate layers. So we're going to click this little arrow icon at the very top, and we can line it up. See this green line at the top, and you can line it up with this center line. And I'm going to put night on a separate line, so I'm going to put it on a new layer. This way it's easier to center. And don't worry about this being perfect right now. I know it looks a little messy, but we're gonna fix that, I promise. All right, so let's center this one. Okay, and now let's drag these together, and I'm gonna rename this as Sketch. You don't have to rename, I do because it helps me organize. It's nice to organize sometimes. All right, and so now we're gonna do a new layer, and we're gonna do a dark color. I'm gonna do a dark blue. I think this one would be nice. And I'm gonna give you the name for that so you can use it, and I'll put it in the video description as well. So the hexadecimal, and you can enter this in when you go to value. You can enter it right here where the number is, and it's going to be 0E0A39. And again, I'm going to put that in the video description, so don't worry, you'll get it. So what we're going to do is hold. Oop, sorry about that. I didn't realize I was going to do that. I had just downloaded the newer version of Procreate 5, so I didn't realize if you click and hold, it'll go back to your previous color. So, cool tip, huh? All right, so you click and drag it onto your canvas to fill the canvas. So now we got a nice blue. Let's drag our sketch layer above that. Now, above your sketch layer, add a new layer. And this is where you're going to need the textures that I provide. So if you are a Wonder Wednesday email subscriber, you will get this gold texture for free just by signing up for the emails. It's going to be in your in the freebies page. If not, or if you've already purchased the set, or you can purchase it, doesn't matter. I have a full set of different colored glitters and foils, and also a lot of different brushes. I have a whole bunch of confetti brushes, and one of those confetti brushes that is for sale we're going to use. I only provide one for free, and it's just original confetti, like for parties. The one I'm going to be using is stars, but we'll get to that later. So on your new layer, you're going to want to click your wrench icon again, go to add, insert a photo, and I already made a glitter and foil folder. These are the glitters and foils that will be provided if you purchase the set. For free, I just give you one of the gold foils and one of the gold glitter. So we're going to go ahead and click on this, and you want to click Fit to Screen. You can click the arrow to click off of it. Go back to your layers and drag it all the way underneath your dark blue layer that you have. Now click your dark blue layer, and well, first let's go to your sketch, click the N, and let's turn down the opacity a bit, just enough that you can still see it, but you want it to be lighter so that it doesn't interfere with your drawing. So go back to, I just left it at layer 2, which is your blue layer. Tap on the layer again, and we're going to do mask. And what masking does is it erases, you can erase pieces of this layer without damaging the layer, because you can always bring it back by using white. So black will get rid, white will bring it back. Black conceals, white reveals. So you can always, you know, step back. Whereas when you're doing it with an eraser, it's a little more permanent. And if you make a mistake, you have to click undo, or if you do it too far back, then you can't. And so this just makes it a little easier. So I'm going to go into my brushes, and I'm going to use my script brush. And I do have one of those for free as well on the freebie page. So we're going to just trace over what we've already done. So just take a moment and trace over it. Now what we want to do is we're going to stay on this layer because we want our stars to be glittery as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the brushes, and it's Glitz and Glam, and I'm going to use the star confetti here. And we still got the mask on, and we're just going to brush some stars. That's a little too small. Let me do it bigger. It's a little too big. Try to find a size you like. I actually like that size. That is at 14%. And I kind of like that it gets all jumbled up, and you can do it however you want. And so there we have a pretty simple card. You can take your time doing this. I did it just kind of quickly to show you how to do it. But now you have a Christmas card, and you can export it by going to your wrench tool, clicking share, and if you're going to print it, you could do it as a PDF or a JPEG. You can share it to your Dropbox, print it directly from your iPad, however you prefer to do it. For me, I would take it into InDesign on my computer, and I'd probably crop it down some more and put it on like a full sheet of paper. But that's just me, because I'm a designer, so I get fancy sometimes. All right, so let's do our wreath next. So go back to your gallery and press the plus sign. And I already have a size that I want to use. So if you don't, go ahead and make a size. I am doing an 8-inch square. I bought these frames over at Michael's, and there was a 3 set of 8x8s. And I made some gifts for friends already. So this is just going to be fun for me now because I already finished those. So I have an 8-inch square already saved here. I did it in pixels, 2400 by 2400. But you can, again, go into your preferences there and change it. Okay, so this is going to be fun. We're going to do a wreath. And so what we want to do is we're going to do a circle. So I already have that dark blue still, and I don't want the glitz and glam. That would not help for circles. Go back to my lettering brushes. I'm going to do a pencil. And I'm just going to roughly sketch a circle. Put your finger down on the screen. And now you have a perfect circle. Go back to the wrench, and we're going to canvas, drawing guide, and we're going to bump it back up to the top again. Click done. Now let's center this circle because we're going to need it for our wreath. All right, once you have it centered, go to the layer, and let's make that opacity really low. This is just going to be a guide for us. We are not using this circle for anything else other than a guide. So if you want, rename it as guide. Unless you want yours to be a perfect circle, but I'm going to show you how to do some branches and stuff like that. So let's make another layer. And we are going to go into our canvas again. So edit drawing guide. And we want it to be on symmetry. So we're going to go ahead and click symmetry, click done. Now in your layers, it should say assisted. That's what you want it to say. When I had the previous version of Procreate, it had the assisted option you check off in the edit drawing guide section. Apparently 5 doesn't. I literally am just using this now for the first time. 5, I just downloaded it. So we are going to be experimenting with this together. All right, so let's go and grab some colors. And I am going to provide these colors for you again. So I'm going to get a dark green. And if you go into value, you can change it with a hexadecimal. So the colors are the color number is 00513D. All right. And, you know, I think I'm going to use a brush other than the ones that I've created. So I'm going to use something that actually came with Procreate. I'm going to use a little pine because that looks like it would be fun for branches. And so what you want to do is you want to start drawing some branches, and you can have them come off each other like this and do it as big as you want. And you know, this actually is not what we want. Sorry guys. They changed things up just slightly. There we go. So you want to hit the options and go to quadrant if you have, if you do have your Procreate 5 version. Oops. Again, this is my first time using it, so I'm experimenting. So, rotational symmetry, that's what we want. All right, now we got it, okay. And this has a nice grainy feel to it, so it feels like branches. So we kind of have that whole pine branch feel going. And see how easy that is? It's just so much quicker to do it this way. You can do it whatever way you want, but this, you know, really heightens it. And so now we can really make this look like pine branches. And we're gonna go through and we're gonna add details, just hashing out these lines on each one. And we're gonna add more decorations as well. But go ahead and take your time now to add lines coming off of each one of these branches to make it look more like pine branches and pine needles. Okay, so now let's do some berries. So let's go ahead and let's name this, we'll name it branches. And now we'll add a new layer. We'll rename this one berries. Go ahead and click on your layer, and you want drawing assist on, so click that. You want to say assisted underneath your title. And let's grab a red. I'm going to grab kind of a bright red. And this one, the value for the hexadecimal is DA3030. And let's see. Let's try, this is still in the drawing category. Let's try Blackburn and see how this one works. And we're just gonna, ooh, that's way too big. All right, let's bring that size down. I have it at about 4%. Much better. I'm gonna fix that one berry, it was too big. There we go. And just kind of randomly put them in here any way that you want them to look. I'll always try to kind of make it look somewhat even. You don't want, I don't like having one part that's too big, one part that's too small, like one that's overpowering. All right, now we're gonna use what we learned from the first lesson and we're gonna apply it to the second one, okay? So, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna add another layer. We're gonna drag it to the bottom. We're gonna do the same thing. We have another layer on top. So, let's go to this very bottom layer here and we're gonna grab our gold again. So go to your wrench icon, click add, insert a photo, and let's insert that gold foil. Let's have it fit to screen. Now on this layer above it, let's get our white, or if you want to choose a different color, you can, and let's drag it in. So now we have that white again. Now, you're gonna go back and you remember how to do this, you click your mask tool, and let's do some branches, some thinner branches coming out with some gold, just to add a little more fun and diversity to this piece. So just do some little branches coming off, and you can do little dots for the little gold berries. This will just add a little something extra. Just fill in where things are starting to look a little plain and where it's starting to look Oh, and I forgot to put the drawing assist on. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, so let me undo all that. And you can't do drawing assist. Now this is going to be a little bit different because as you can see, it's not going around. You can't do drawing assist with a mask on, unfortunately, but you know, it doesn't take too long to do this, and it'll really be more unique than on each section, each quadrant here, because you're not using that assist. So it's gonna look more natural to the eye to see things a little bit different. So go ahead and have fun with this, play around, and put as many as you want or as few as you want, or don't put any at all. I just figure it's fun, it's unique, and it really adds to the piece to put that little bit of gold. And you know, holidays are pretty sparkly. I used to work at Michael's, so I know. There's never too much glitter, huh? So go ahead and just fill it in. Any area that kind of looks bare to you, go ahead and add some glitter and flair to it, and just have fun with it. All right, and then once you're happy with how it feels, and you have a pretty even amount of gold in there, or however you wanted it to look, then let's go ahead and add some lettering. So let's go above our berries, add another layer, and I'm going to rename it lettering. And let's go ahead and grab, from my lettering pack, we'll grab the brush script, and I'm going to use that red that we used earlier, because I feel like that'll be it'll flow nicely with it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write Merry Christmas, since Christmas is coming very, very soon. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to center this one. Make a new layer. Okay, and then we're going to do the word Christmas. And it's okay that it's too big and it goes over the edge, because this is what we're going to do. Okay, so you're going to get your arrow tool and you're going to shrink it down. You might want it to go outside. Sometimes going outside the lines is a good thing. So make sure that's centered, and you can leave it on a separate layer, or you could put it on the same layer as Mary. I'm gonna just pinch them together to put them together. You can turn off your drawing guide, and there you go. You have your Merry Christmas wreath. I hope that you enjoyed these tutorials and that they were helpful. Please subscribe to my Wonder Wednesday emails for more tutorials. I give out lots of freebies, discounts. Also, I'll give you tips, and please like and share my video, and like me on Instagram. And don't be afraid to comment in the comments below, either on my blog or on YouTube, and let me know if you've got any questions. I'd love to see your work, so go ahead and post it on Instagram, and you can use the hashtag Wonder Wednesday Projects and tag me at BlackRose613. I'd love to see what you've done, and I'd love to comment on it. All right, well, you guys have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, and I hope that you have a wonderful time with your friends and family. Till next time, bye.